All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at the most shocking moments of One Punch Man, or at least some of them, and in my opinion, of course. And this video was made possible by my longtime awesome patron, Paxton D. Thank you so much for your continued support, Paxton, and I hope this video is good enough for what you wanted. But also, some of these moments are going to be coming from the webcomic. Yep, there's a lot of shocking moments still to come in the story, which haven't happened in the manga yet. So if you don't want to know what's going to happen, I suggest you check out now. So I'm also not going to be like ranking them or anything. I'm not saying that one moment is more shocking or more significant than the other. I'm just going to throw up some shocking moments in this video. So let's start off with Drive Knight's revealed to be a villain. So yeah, this isn't like official or confirmed or anything, but come on guys, it pretty much is. I mean, if you just read chapter 119, or at least if you listen to me, and I'm sure some of you have come to the conclusion yourselves, but this blew me away. Not just Drive Knight, you know, revealing that he's one of the biggest villains in the series, but just that whole chapter in general. I really did not expect that to happen at all. Like, coming into that chapter, I was just hyped on Drive Knight coming back into the story, which was super surprising in itself, and you know, there's a lot of speculation going into that. But then when it just straight up turned out that he was potentially the leader of the organization and was looking to basically take over the world, and you know, including the Hero Association, that really flipped everything, and it changed the way that I look at the series, and I'm still blown away by it to this day. Like, I thought that Metal Knight was probably going to be the big villain within the S-Class, you know, given the whole Metal Knight is your enemy thing, but it turns out that he played me. Like, Drive Knight played us, the audience, by saying that, because I fell for it, and I believed that he was going to be somewhat of a good guy. But given this, I think it all makes everything that much better, because now it kind of sets up Drive Knight as essentially being the end villain or the end goal for Genos, or just in my opinion. I'm thinking that, you know, Drive Knight is probably the Mad Cyborg at this point. If you'd like more info on that, check out my video, The Mad Cyborg, a deeper look. So next up is something that recently happened in the webcomic, and that is the big, massive reveal. Shocking, because, you know, fitting into the theme of this video, AMAI mask is actually a monster. So yeah, a lot of us speculated about this. We knew that there was something going on with AMAI mask. Everything wasn't adding up. There was like a secret to him. And we kind of just pulled little bits of context and sequences throughout the story to try to figure out exactly what was going on. And it turned out that it was true, but it actually subverted our expectations, kind of, because we thought that AMAI mask was just like normally just a person, like what we see him is what he looks like, and that he's going to transform into a monster, like when he becomes like veiny in the neck and his eyes change and all of that stuff. We thought that maybe he was becoming a monster, but no, it actually turns out the whole entire time we have been seeing the monster form of AMAI mask. Like, him being the handsome BTS member that he is his monster transformation, which I think is so much better than what we initially thought the reveal was going to be, because it turns out that he was just originally like a very unattractive person, which also kind of lined up with us theorizing that he might have been an Ugmon or something, you know, given how he interacts with Fura Ugly. But him being ugly originally, and the, you know, the wanting to change into somebody else, and the explosion of negative emotions and vices and all of that stuff, allowed him to have one of the more nuanced monsterification transformations within the series. And instead of becoming like this vile, gross thing, he becomes just what he wanted to, which is like a super handsome K-pop idol or something like that. But also, it turns out that he's going to have another transformation on top of that, something that we're seeing at the end of chapter 121. Now, this whole storyline hasn't resolved yet, but still, this big reveal is easily one of the shockiest moments in the series. So let's stick with some recent topical stuff, because OROCHI coming back recently happened in the manga, and this also super shocking, super surprising. And another thing, like, it's a recurring theme with the moments in this video, we kind of speculated that some of this stuff was going to happen, especially with OROCHI. I mean, I talked about it numerous times on the channel. You know, we had to go into that deep cut info that Murata accidentally showed on his stream 2 years back, you know, with a draft of the story about how things were going to play out between him and TATUSMAKI and all that that stuff. I won't spoil it in this video because it is like spoilery stuff, but please check out my video that I recently made on why Orochi has returned and what's going to happen with him. But given that Orochi actually came back, it was just super satisfying and definitely shocking because it wasn't like guaranteed that he was going to come back. It was kind of just like up in the air speculation. I mean, if you just look through the comments throughout the community and stuff like that, I would say that most people weren't on board or weren't completely sure that Orochi was going to come back. They were like, oh, he's done. There's no reason for him to come back. And then I even started to lose hope myself. I thought that maybe there was like, I don't know, less than 20% chance that he was going to come back. But no, he came back. And in some of the ways that, you know, we kind of speculated as well, like he was going to be like this smaller, weaker form, and then he was going to have to build himself up to become like the big raging monster that he normally is. And now that it's coming, it's so awesome, and definitely one of the most shocking moments, considering that this is like all new manga stuff. This doesn't happen in the webcomic, so even us more advanced readers of the story had no idea that this was really going to happen in the end. So now let's go back to earlier in the series, and this shocked me the most when I actually had first watched One Punch Man on Netflix, like before I was shonen, before all of this stuff, you know, when I was just a newbie into this series. I was watching the very end of season 1, and we got to see Boros versus Saitama, and when Boros survived that punch, it blew me away because I did not expect that to happen. I thought that the narrative of the series was going to be more straightforward. It was just going to be like he defeats everyone with one punch, and he's never going to have even remotely close to a challenge, and everybody was just kind of going to get squashed by him. But no, that changed quickly. After Boros not only survived one single punch from Saitama, but went on to survive multiple punches from him. It got even so extreme by the end of the fight when he's in meteoric burst form that he's surviving consecutive normal punches, and not only that, but he goes on to survive a friggin' serious punch. Now, you know, not long, or it's still even up in the air if Boros is completely dead at this point. Maybe I'll make a theory video on if he's going to come back in the future, but I'll just label this moment as Boros' durability. One of the most shocking moments in the series, at least by my standards. To this day, I haven't really been shocked by a feat of power as much as Boros taking these punches here. Not even Awakened Garo really surprised me as much as Boros here. It was more so kind of expected with him, but, you know, being that the precedent was set by Boros in this instance. So next up, Tatsumaki pulling the Monster Association out of the ground. It definitely shocked me. I mean, reading the webcomic the first time, of course, there was a lot of shocking moments, especially, you know, going past what the manga was at that time. Seeing all of those crazy moments happen for sure, but when it got down to Tatsumaki pulling the Monster Association into the ground, it really blew me away. Similar to these other moments, because, like, this is, you know, easily one of the most impressive feats of the entire series, and it completely changes the landscape of this arc, and I guess more or less kind of signifies it going into the final act of the arc, considering that it is very long. And, you know, considering that she pulls everything out, it's finally bringing everyone together. So now we can have, you know, everyone in one place fighting, you know, at the same time in tandem with each other. And just the fact of seeing the base come out of the ground, destroying pretty much most of Z City is incredible. And that was just the webcomic. So imagine when it comes to the manga. And then the last one that we're going to look at is something that I talk about so much. I've talked about this in like, I don't know, 25 videos or something. And that is Silverfang using the abandonment and killing Pure Ugly and Gums with one shot. This was shocking, amazing, euphoric. It was truly incredible, like an amazing reading and just experience in general. Getting to see this for the first time and the way that it played out, you know, just like with Tatsumaki pulling the base and all of that other stuff, you know, reading the webcomic for the first time. This was unexpected because we didn't really understand, you know, how strong Silverfang was at this point. But when you see him do that, you just jump out of your seat or something like that. Like, I remember specifically that I was so hyped seeing this the first time, and then subsequently reading it a few times afterwards. The excitement never really left. Like, just talking about it right now, I'm hyped. just to like see it in the manga, I can't wait. So that's pretty much it for the video today, guys, and I know that there's plenty of other shocking moments that I could have talked about, but these are some of my favorites that I just wanted to include in this video. And once again, I want to thank Pax and D for all of your support, my friend. Thank you so much. And again, I hope the video was good enough for what you wanted. But if you guys liked the video, please give it a like. I also have a Patreon. It gives you access to a weekly Q&A. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.